The fans, the best fans in the world. Love and relationships sums up every moment of this week. Sums up every moment of my career. I thank all of you, and I love you. Thank you. It's amazing. It's more than what I ever thought it could be. It was truly magical.
Yeah.
To see all my family, friends from out of town, some players that I played with, some of the younger guys that have gone on, like Chris Johnson and Pac-Man Jones, came into town to show love. The fans were amazing.
The fans were amazing.
But I really have to give a ton of credit and love and appreciation to Amy Adams Strunk for putting on this week, and the Titans organization for making this week special. So kudos across the board.
I want to get more thoughts on the ceremony in a little bit. Right now, let's kick off our show and do what we do and then break down the game.
I wasn't going to go to that part yet.
Right? Yeah, it's on a high note.
Everything was great. Yeah.
We're there.
Yeah.
All right, 4 downs with Eddie. Let's do this. So we'll break this down. The good, the bad, and the ugly in reverse, which means we start with the ugly.
Let's get the ugly out.
That loss.
Let's get the ugly out.
Here's the deal with the ugly. Overall, I mean, it slipped away. And what is it with us? And help me understand this. We come off these big wins, these big games, and we were kind of hitting a wall. What does it take to get through that wall?
Maturity.
Okay.
It's definitely maturity. I mean, we were riding high last week after taking care of business in Cleveland, beat them in grand fashion. Coming home, ceremony, we knew what to expect. The team knew it was going to be a physical battle, and they had opportunities to win the game. It was no excuse. But in my opinion, it was a total team effort.
Okay.
Coaching, special teams, offense, defense,
and
it was uncharacteristic for this team.
And they've admitted as such. Tajay Sharp has a first down, wants to get more.
That's a college
right here.
Era. You know that. Even in college, high school, go forward, get the chains.
And he runs great routes. We know he knows that.
You can see the lane, like, go this way, go get the first down. Like, oh, look at him.
Exactly.
He knows, and that's a critical error. You cannot afford to do that.
Key dropped passes. Mariota takes a blitz, moving us further back. Then we missed that field goal.
You can't
all
take
the
a sack.
little things.
But you can't. All those little things led to this loss.
Yeah.
And one thing that really stood out to me was those key mistakes that you know better that you can do, but they're correctable.
Yeah.
And you can learn from those mistakes. It's nothing that's a personnel issue. It was just the little things that prevented a win. In my opinion, they should have found a way to win that ball game.
Yeah.
And hopefully they can learn on this and build on it.
We know that, and they know that. Moving on to second down, instead of the ugly, the bad. We've got a solid defense. There's no questioning our defense. And we've had a really good run defense in the past, and our run defense is still good, but this run defense in particular, too many key runs given up, and especially third down.
Well, we knew that the Colts were going to come in here and run the football. They had one of the best offensive lines in the league. Here, this running back takes off for a huge gain in the critical time of the game, converting on third down. Brissett was fantastic. We had chances to bring him down, but didn't do it. Very slippery. It just looked like it was really hot out there. This is no excuse. It was 94 degrees, but on the field must have been 105.
505.
In the pads, it was 1,005. It was not just double it. But it was we looked tired, especially early in the first half. Never quite recovered, and that led to a lot of those key errors that we saw during the course of the game.
Well, I want to talk about the good now. Okay, let's talk about some early standouts.
Let's get to the good.
In this season, early standouts we're seeing. As far as like turnover differential, we're +5 right now. When you were +2 in this game, you want to win the games. You're plus side of differential there, turnover differential. Logan Ryan, interception. Harold Landry with the fumble recovery. Derrick Henry's running really strong over 2 games, really carrying what he had last year.
And that's what we wanted to see, is how, if he can get off to a fast start. And that's encouraging, because if he gets the ball more, he's going to wear you out. He gets better as the game goes on. 81 yards on 15 carries, screaming for the ball a little bit more. So I think if you incorporate him into the game plan a little bit more, especially early in the game to get him going, he's going to be fantastic for you. So that's encouraging to see that he's still continuing on that run he had at the end of last season into this one.
Yeah. All right. And then final down, 4th down here. I just want to point it out because it was a great moment. I'm going to call him our Week 2 hero, Mr. David Quisenberry, who caught the touchdown. Yeah. This guy, what a story, okay? If you don't know, give Mr. Quisenberry a round of applause. Absolutely. Right here on this play. I mean, how many offensive tackles really get to catch footballs? Apparently Marcus likes to do it because he did it, Mr. Lawn last year, or a few years ago. But David Quisenberry battles cancer. First of all, the guy gets drafted in 2013, bounces around on a practice squad with the Texans, comes to our practice squad. But here he is with this opportunity, and just to beat cancer and to stand in that end zone with the football and look at these teammates. I mean, that's a hero.
Yes, you get the loss, but that's the real win.
Right.
That's the real win, to battle through cancer, battle from different team to score a touchdown, making a difference on this team. Kudos to my man.
Yeah, one more time for Quisenberry. That was a great moment for the boys, absolutely. If you have the Titans app, we put out the lock screen. He's our lock screen guy this week. Nice. All right, well, we got lots more to break down. We got a big game coming up, and we asked our players an interesting question about whether they'd have this or that. So I'm going to put you up to it. Guys, remember, 15 minutes or more can save you 15% on your car insurance. With that, we go to break with our Geico Fast 15. Stick around. Titans Blitz. We'll be right back.
Brissett looking down the middle, in trouble. Brissett is snowed under, and he is sacked! Mariota fake, throw. He's got Davis at the 10, Davis at the 5, Davis to the 2. Mariota throws. It's caught! David Quisenberry!
Titans Blitz presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. It is now halftime here on the show, hanging out with my man Eddie George. Eddie, I got a question for you.
Okay.
Rock and a hard place time. I'm going to give you 2 choices here: no internet or no heating and air.
Well, let's take. I have to have the internet.
You got to have internet.
So we're going to take it between heat and no air. Heat and no air conditioning.
Oh, you're freelancing here.
Yeah, I'm going to say I can always find a way to get warm. So I'm going to say no air conditioning.
Just no air conditioning.
Yeah.
I can go without the internet because I grew up that way. I got to have my heat. Now,
man, no internet?
We'll discuss this. Anyway, check out what our Titans players had to say about this in a rock and a hard place, presented by Snickers.
Live without internet, that's easy. I mean, internet's cool, but the heat, I really like heat versus cold, so I can't stand being cold, so I live without the internet.
Live without internet.
I'm gonna have to let the internet go. I gotta have my temperature right.
I've lived without a little bit of AC for about a couple of days when my unit broke. I gotta have AC. I need that air.
I would definitely take no air conditioning heating. Internet is such an integral part of everything we do nowadays, all the way to your refrigerators, the smart refrigerators now.
I'd rather live without the internet. I need my AC. I need it. I hate the heat. I gotta stay somewhere cold. I keep my house on 65 almost.
Are we in Nashville or are we in Buffalo, where I'm from?
We're in Nashville.
Gosh, live without the air conditioning would be pretty rough. I mean, I can't live without. I like to sleep when it's cold. Yeah, I need air conditioning.
It's funny, The big fella's got to have that AC.
Yeah.
The big fella's got to have the AC.
Yeah.
I noticed that.
You know what? I might have to change my answer.
Okay.
Because I usually carry a fan on the road with me everywhere I go.
Right.
So my room, no matter what time of the year, hot or cold, it has to be on 65 degrees.
Gotta have it cold.
And the white noise.
You got to have the sound.
The white noise,
right.
yeah.
I'm that way. All right. Well, we talked about it at the beginning of the show. What a day. What a day. What a day. The
man.
ceremony was beautiful. How'd you feel on the inside?
Overwhelmed.
Did you have moments of just...
Oh yeah, I had dropped some tears. My wife, she sung the national anthem.
Taj George with the national anthem.
And I was more nervous about that than anything else. But to see Fred, to see the fans, and it just felt really, really nice to be loved again. And at that moment when I knew that they were showed the highlights of me and Steve, it was very emotional. It was wonderful.
I've been lucky enough to know you and consider you a friend for some years now doing this show. I saw a side of you. You're tall now, but you were 9 feet tall all day. It was amazing to see that smile on your face.
Someone said that they saw me come into the stadium in this blue suit, like on a what do you say, a hoverboard.
Hoverboard, yeah. He did. He just floated through the stadium.
Floated through.
Well, speaking of spiritual-like things, did you see the cloud?
Oh my!
Did you see this? Did you guys see the cloud
People
formation?
thought. I mean, someone told me it was fake.
There's the shot right here.
You know, that is. Listen, that's Steve.
Number 9, Steve McNair.
Number 9.
This cloud in the air.
Of all the days over the stadium at that particular time, the perfect shape of a number 9.
It's pretty magical.
That's a God wink. That's magical, and that's a God wink.
Also, something else that was really impressive to witness and to view during the ceremony. You were busy, but that painting, you saw the end result. This man right here, Dan Dunn, does this super fast and upside down, but it's incredible what he was able to do. Well, if you want a part of this magical ceremony, we have replicas of this available to win. Enter to win, titansonline.com. My man here is going to sign it for you.
Yep.
So you want to make sure you get a... Yeah, exactly. I'm getting lots of gasps in the crowd. It is very large, but it's beautiful. Dan Dunn did a killer job at that.
He killed it, murdered it.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yep. It was really awesome. What an incredible ceremony. One more time for the retired number 27 right here. It was beautiful. All right, guys, we got to take a little break right now. On the other side, we're going to talk about those nasty Jags and the keys to victory for tomorrow night's game. Short week. So stick around. Titans Blitz. We'll be right back. Smith back here with Eddie George. It is the 2-minute warning here on the show. So we got to break down this game coming up tomorrow night. Yikes, short week. Let's do this. First key. Eddie, third downs. Both sides of the ball. Defense, offense.
Yep.
We got to stop them on third down, and we got to pick up more for third downs.
Absolutely. Last week, the third down conversion was not great at all for us offensively. And defensively, we had our stops. Again, we got to the quarterback, couldn't get him down, couldn't get off the field, and our defense was tired in the end, and it showed up late in the ball game. So, especially down in Jacksonville, where it's going to be another hot night, it's probably going to be muggy. But the great thing is, for us, you want to get back on the field as soon as possible to get this bitter taste out of your mouth about the loss at home. So having a short week this as early in the year as it is a good thing for this team right now.
We'll talk about that some more too. But right now, for the second key, Gardner Minshew. You would have told me in the spring we're going to worry about Gardner Minshew, man that does I think yoga in a jockstrap and I don't know. It's a thing.
That visual is not good. I don't know if I want to see that.
But he actually is a really good quarterback. He's put up, stellar numbers in college. We just didn't expect to see him. But a guy like that's unknown. He can run around. He's very active, likes to sling the rock. I mean, is that dangerous to face another?
It is dangerous because you don't have enough tape on him, of him, and all you have is 2 weeks worth. So you don't quite know what his strengths are really or his weaknesses and how to attack him. And they can really set up a game plan that what you don't know, what you don't expect, it can hurt you. So they're going to have to be on their P's and Q's off defensively to figure this guy out.
Would you still say, though, force him to throw because he also doesn't know what he's facing, and that we got to shut down Fournette?
That's the key.
Okay.
You've got to establish a line of scrimmage defensively. You've got to be able to shut Fournette down. Limit his runs, first and second down, force them in third and long situations to have Minshew. Is it Minshew?
Yeah, Gardner Minshew.
Gardner Minshew, convert those third downs.
Those iconic football names.
Yeah, tight little windows, that passing lanes. So it's going to be key for them. And I think the Titans will bounce back defensively to get this back on the right rails.
Well, our secondary has been lights out so far this year.
Yes, they have.
They're a stellar secondary,
Absolutely.
so I think they're licking their chops, quite honestly. All right, well, final key, and you said this already, the quick turnaround, sort of short memory, but you need that, right? I mean, you got to have this.
Yeah.
Do you think the team feels like this is redemption time, instant
It's
redemption?
because you know you could have played better. You know you could have won the ball game, and it was a game that really could have set the tone and a standard for this organization moving forward, beating a team you hadn't beaten quite some time.
Yeah.
So that monkey's still on their back. I remember when we played Baltimore in 2000. We played them on a Sunday and got our behinds whooped.
Yeah.
And then we turned around a couple days later, played the Raiders on Thursday night.
Okay.
I had maybe 41 yards against Baltimore. Turned around and had 200 something because we were all pissed off and upset and couldn't wait to get on the field again. So this team kind of reminds me a lot of those teams in terms of preparation, high expectations, wanting to take that next step forward in terms of good to great. And I'm pretty sure you're going to see a much better effort and focus out of this team on Thursday night.
So the short turnaround, though, has to be difficult on the body, on the mind, on the team.
If it's late in the year, it could be. But there's not enough.
It's week 3.
Week 3.
Yeah.
So you're basically fresh. Okay. And you're like, okay, we can bounce back from this. Everybody's pretty healthy. We're pretty upset. Let's go out here and play game, play ball. So
because they're fresh and angry.
They're fresh and angry.
Fresh and angry. Play
That's
fresh
it.
and angry. All right. We got more football talk on the other side. Stick around. Titans Blitz. We'll be right back. Titans Blitz, presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. It is now overtime here on the show, so it's time for our Wendy's Hot Take of the Week. And it's kind of a hot take of the week. There's a lot going on in the NFL. I don't know if you've seen the dumpster fire or garage sale down in Miami, getting rid of all the players. Players aren't happy down there. Did you see the sidelines between Doug Marrone and Jalen Ramsey? This game, I'm sure many of you saw it. Here it is right here. This is an unhappy Jalen Ramsey, or he's ticklish, I don't know. One of the two. Very unhappy. And then, of course, Doug Marrone comes over to follow up the conversation. And, it wasn't pretty. See, here it is. Here's Doug. We're facing these guys tomorrow night, so I just like to stoke the flames a little bit. So Jalen wants out. This is sort of what sparked all that, and Jalen wants a trade. A lot of players want trades, Eddie. And so my question to you is, how does this affect the state of the NFL, the state of the players? Guys wanting out, dictating things. This is not the NBA, but it's looking like it. Is this good? Is this bad? Where do you sit on this?
It's certainly not good for the sidelines, the morale of the team. Mm-hmm. It's the way that it's the state of where we are. Players are well aware of their value. Mm-hmm. Jalen probably feels disrespected that he's not getting a new contract. They're not playing well. He wants to win. Mm-hmm. He's a fiery, competitive guy. If he's on your team, you want him there. Mm-hmm. You certainly don't want that energy going inward towards your team because it can be poisonous, as you can see. But it can do one or two things for your team. Either you galvanize the troops and rally around that, or it can continue to be a cancer and spread in a bad way, where guys just begin to have dissension towards each other, coaching staff, and not on one accord. So, it's not good for the game in the sense that guys know business is time for business, but when it's time to play and to be a team player, it takes away from the livelihood of your teammates. You can't be selfish in that regard.
What do you say on a player on the Miami Dolphins right now, knowing that your front office is looking to the future?
Well, Fitzpatrick gets traded. It looks to me that they've totally mailed in the season and said, hey, put them on. Let's play them next week.
Yeah,
let's get a
Yeah.
let's get a victory.
But unfortunately, the Patriots get to play them twice.
Yeah,
this
they get to
season,
play
so
them twice.
thanks.
But you know, as far as Miami goes, they're trying to build for the future, and they're trying to get the pieces and parts. You know, do a fire sale of all their assets, and so they can acquire more cap space, and then rebuild from the bottom. But I hate that because you don't get good quality of play.
Yeah.
Week to week out of Miami if you know a team is doing that.
So maybe just do your job.
Just do your
Do what's
job.
asked of you.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You get through it. All right. Well, I'm glad that's not our problem right now. I love
No.
our team.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we gotta get this win tomorrow night, right? Gotta bring it in. Hey, congratulations
Always a
once
pleasure,
again.
man. Thank you,
Beautiful
brother.
ceremony. I'm so proud of you. So happy for you, man. All right, we're gonna do it. Turn it up, baby.